Hello friends, quick little backstory about this episode. This is a delivery I did with my dear friends Captain Dave Stovall and his wife Samantha, who I've been friends with a very long time. The first thing I'll say about this is one of the Yacht Delivery Chronicles videos. The first thing I'll say is a boat in this condition, myself and Captain Dave Stovall would have both turned down this delivery and never, there's no way we would have accepted delivering a boat in this condition. The difference being that this is a boat that Sam and Dave just bought as their new boat. So when someone you love dearly and is like family to you says, hey, can you help us bring this boat home? That was like, absolutely. It turned out to be fun and a learning experience, and it was pretty sketchy. But we got it done. We got it taken care of. So Captain Dave Stovall is a delivery captain, and he has a 200-ton master's license. So he drives a lot of big boats. He's also a captain for the Sea Shepherd on occasion in the Sea of Cortez. But they don't have as much sailing experience as I do. So that was one of the reasons they asked me to help them out to bring this boat from Ventura to Los Angeles Harbor. And yeah, we got the job done. So without giving any more away, I'll let you guys get into the episode. Another funny tidbit about this whole situation is that Dave and Sam have a sailboat called a Tiffany Jane, which is a very limited run like racing boat that was produced. I think only 7 were made. It's a beautiful boat, and he restored the whole thing. And him and Sam both like put in a ton of work on it. He had it for years in Texas, brought it out here, and then they finished it. And but they took it to Catalina. I think it was only their second trip ever to Catalina on it. And he said after 3 days, they were out there the same time we were. After 3 days of not being able to stand up in the cabin, on their trip back to Marina del Rey from Catalina, he was already like on his phone searching to buy a new boat. And that following Tuesday, after we got back from Catalina, he sent me an email and he was like, hey, talk me out of buying this boat, which was this Kettenburg. And I did a terrible job of talking him out of buying it because him and Sam put in an offer and they got it for a steal. But yeah, the boat needs a fair amount of work, but they can do a little bit to get it running right now and enjoy it the rest of the summer, and then they can get into big projects. So I'm super stoked for them that they got like a big boat and a boat that they can enjoy for coastal cruising. And so I'll let you guys watch this episode and see what kind of wildness we got into. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy our channel, please give us a thumbs up on the video and subscribe. Hit the little bell so you're notified when our videos come out. And leave us a comment if you like the video. And we want to thank all of our patrons for your continued support. It's hard to make ends meet during this time, so y'all's support helps a ton. So I hope you guys like this little bonus video. Another episode of Yacht Delivery Chronicles. Well, this is probably our fuel gauge.
Right there, you stick that in that
would be my guess.
Yeah.
This is probably your fuel gauge.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
That's crazy. It's gotta have a place where it gets air. Yeah, the air's gotta come in from out here somewhere. Yeah, right.
I thought he said he'd sailed.
He said he fired up once a month.
How he
did?
I heard that story. This thing hadn't fired up since the fucking Stone Age.
Okay, so. And then I can always get.
That hatch, you want to open that hatch?
So I can get out?
Yeah, right there.
I appreciate you thinking about me.
I don't really know. In the old days when you're young, you don't think of this stuff. As you get older, you kind of
Yeah, you're right about that.
You read the directions and you start thinking, it's easier to plan ahead.
You're right about that. we want to run the fuel pump for a second?
No.
Nothing to do with it.
Okay.
We bypassed it.
Oh, you're bypassing.
Yeah, we just go into this baby tank.
Gotcha.
Straight to this tank.
Well, it's got half a gallon. It's got
Yeah, I like that.
It'll get us over there, and then we can sort this other. Underway, Kettenburg K40. Well, this has been an adventure. This has been an adventure. So you see where those kayakers are? That's where you're going to turn. We got her in, safe and sound. Beautiful boat. Now we just gotta get her happy enough to get home. Okay, so we're aboard SV Elusive 2. My dear friend Dave and Sam's new Kettenburg K40, 1961 sailboat. And I'm gonna flap the mast, check the rigging up top. Sam's airing up the dinghy right now, so we have a life raft. And we're gonna push off and head for LA Harbor. We're in Ventura, California right now. So let's get all the kind of pre-flight checks underway and head home. These cable halyards, Dave? These cable halyards go through your spreaders.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They'll never get away from you.
Yeah, that's true. I've never seen them before.
Me either. It's huge. So I'm up top. Everything's good. Looks like the rig has been replaced, I don't know, probably in the last 5 years. It's in good shape, which is awesome for us and our passage today. So everything's square on the rigging front that we can see. And now it's time to get down, start the engine, and get out of here. What we're looking at is this is the linkage for the wheel, and this had broken. You see how it's just broken, and which meant that the steering was just like loosey-goosey. So the captain has taken a ratchet strap and we've ratchet strapped it to the bulkhead, and we're hoping that gets us home. And then he'll have to redesign how this is all configured because it's not strong enough for what it's being put through. This was all done after the fact at some point. It's been a long time and it looks like it was professionally done, but this was not done in a smart way. So this should get us home. If not, we'll be getting towed. But for now, that's what we're up against. Other than that, I think everything has kind of checked out, and it's time for us to get underway.
Good.
That blower's on?
Yeah, it's been on for a while.
Yeah, I turned it on a while ago.
There's the fuel pump.
I'll turn the throttle up a little.
Yeah, just not too far out. It freaks me out when it races like that right when it starts out. All right, here we go.
Stop. I'll give it a little more fuel. We might have to hit it with that spray.
Yeah, let me hit it with some starting fluid. I can get to it now this way.
Yeah, because it's got to suck all the way down.
And your pump's on, right?
Yeah, it is now. I mean, I had it on.
When it's out.
That's it. Yeah, that's 100%.
Okay, here with Dave and Sam. We
Get over here, Sam.
on their new boat, Elusive 2 K40 Kettenburg 1961,
61.
and we got the motor running long enough to get us out of the breakwater. We got the mainsail up. As we were unfurling the headsail, the engine died and we couldn't get it restarted. So we've been sailing at, like, I don't know, between 2.5 and like 3, sometimes with happiness of 4.5 knots. The wind's supposed to pick up through the afternoon, but we're getting quartered kind of hard, so we're just trying to creep offshore a little bit so that we're not near shore, since we have no auxiliary engine now. And the plan is to sail all afternoon and get as close as we can to LA Harbor, and then call for a tow if we can't get the engine started at that point. The battery started dying while we were trying to get the engine started. Dave was saying he thinks it's probably a coil or the distributor, because it was like we sprayed ether in it and it wouldn't even start with that. So
Means it's not firing. So.
Yeah, so there's no spark.
Yeah, it was cutting out a little bit before, so it's probably the old coil.
There's our bilge pump, which I checked and the water level was low, so
Sometimes
I'm gonna tap it.
Yeah.
That's the forecast right now. It's like, I don't even know what day it is.
Monday.
Monday, July 27th. 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. We're waiting for wind.
Good. They're close.
They are very close. I think we're moving too slow for them to play with us, but they might come say hi. Oh, there they are. Wind is starting to chirp up a little bit. We sailed eked out like 5 miles out from land. There's like no wind out there. So we tacked just to not get too far from land since we don't have an engine. Also, we're hand steering. I don't know if I mentioned that before because there's no autopilot. But so we're kind of coming in, and now the wind's picking up closer to what it was kind of forecasted for, hopefully.
Yeah.
But we think that as we get to this shore that there will be some venturi that'll help us. Sails are set in a nice way right now. There's no clattering happen. And oh yeah, there we go. There we go. We're gonna do some sailing. So we just had some excitement. What do you think the wind stepped up to? What is this, like 12 right now? 15?
Yeah, 15.
I mean, there's not a lot of whitecaps, so maybe, yeah, but they got hit. I was like napping down below. They got hit with 15 kind of like out of nowhere. And everything kind of dumped. And then we had like, you know, 100% up forward and our main up. And the boat became so overpowered that we couldn't steer out of the wind. So also, like, the steering linkage is really loose. There's a lot of factors and we're not really sure, but it was impossible for us to tack any more than 50% on either side of the wind. We could not steer through the wind. So we furled in the headsail and examined the linkage. Everything was still together. So we dropped our mainsail and then we rounded up, right? Then it was like,
Yeah.
we had steerage.
Yeah, just lowered the power on the boat.
And you were able to get out of the wind.
Back.
And now we rolled out just shy of 100% on our headsail. And we're just cruising at 5 knots with headsail alone, Scandinavian style, along the coast of California, and it's much more comfortable. So, yeah, dead asleep to dropping all canvas, full throttle, but we're sailing.
Still heading back.
Also, we still have no engine.
That's phase 3. that right there?
That's perfect.
All right, so that's about 110. I'll try to because we'll get these set of like big rollers and we go.
Yeah.
Really, it tends to want to pitch us off to the side.
We've just lost a lot of ground, is all. You know? We're just creeping further and further into the bay.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to make it up either by towboat or something, you know?
Well, yeah.
So that's the problem. Maybe back in this app flat thread. Big rollers, huh? We might be able to raise the mainsail again.
Yeah.
Just wondering if we So we called for a tow. Our wind has gone away. We're having scary sounds in our linkage for steering. We're still sailing with headsail alone. We're moving, but yeah, it's getting dark. Our batteries are dying. We'll have no lights and we have no auxiliary engine. And we're near shore. So, called for a tow. They'll be here in an hour and 15 minutes and then they're gonna pull us home. And it's lovely out right now. Having a little bit of wind. Let's jump off. Crazy.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. It helps us a lot.
Thanks again to all of our patrons. Your contributions help us get the boat ready for big things.
Until next time.
Got what?
Going 19 miles.
19 of 70? See, I'm getting scolded because I let go.
Where do you want it?
I don't know. Don't ever wish me following seas. Ever.